Some news just coming in. Let's go straight to that. Prime Minister Modi at the National Executive, while thanking workers of Hyderabad, refers to the city of Bhagyanagar. The city of Hyderabad as Bhagyanagar. This is the Prime Minister's massive hint at renaming of Hyderabad. Rahul Srivastava, National Affairs Editor, is getting us more details on that story. Rahul, it's no secret really that this is what the BJP wants. But coming from the Prime Minister, it holds a great deal of weight with him referring to Hyderabad city as Bhagyanagar.
You see, the BJP was expected to set the tone for the Telangana battle it is creating with against the TRS. Now, holding the National Executive in Hyderabad was perhaps the first step. The manner in which the BJP has created a statement against the TRS government, that's yet another line that the BJP's focus is now Telangana. Then there was a sharp attack on dynastic politics and the attack on the TRS first family led by Mr. KCR. The basic idea is that if there is resentment in the state on the style of politics and the style of administration created by the TRS government, the BJP is up there. The BJP in a statement on Telangana also attacked the poor social human indicators in Telangana for the last 8 years, how there is rampant corruption, poor law and order and several other problems. But beyond that, on top of the BJP's agenda remains the BJP's idea of element of Hindutva. And in that, the polarized atmosphere which prevailed in Hyderabad as far as the last assembly elections or Lok Sabha elections or the Greater Hyderabad Municipal Corporation elections is perhaps evidence enough that the BJP is pursuing a strong Hindutva line even in Telangana. And that is why if the Bhagyalakshmi temple, which has been a bone of contention right adjacent to the historic Charminar, visited today by Yogi Adityanath, the Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh, saffron-robed, paying visiting the temple, praying before the gods, is a sign that the BJP is building a parallel Hindutva narrative also in Telangana. And with the Prime Minister addressing Hyderabad, thanking the workers of Bhagyanagar, not mentioning Hyderabad, is definitely in one direction. Mr. Ravi Shankar Prasad, senior leader, is addressing a press conference, though in that he has said that the Prime Minister referred it to as Bhavnagar, but several party sources are confirming that that's how the Prime Minister went. Then interestingly, there is a very strong line for the BJP workers who might be celebrating having a national executive here or in various states celebrating the wins of the BJP. What Prime Minister told the party workers that there are several parties which ruled India for a very long time. Because of Dynastic and several other problems, they committed several mistakes. And the BJP cadres should not be making the same mistakes. That was the message that the Prime Minister made. Importantly, also talked about the fact that how the BJP should expand by incorporating the diversity of India, not by incorporating the separate agendas that the party could have been following. Interestingly, there is a very strong line against dynastic politics and appeasement when the Prime Minister said that we should Tushtikaran ki jagah Triptikaran. That means instead of appeasement, there should be fulfillment. And that perhaps is going to be the theme that the BJP is going to pursue in Telangana and states like Kerala and West Bengal in the coming days as far as its mainstream politics is concerned.
So everything, Rahul, is along expected lines as far as sounding the poll bugle is concerned, and the Prime Minister is also all set to hold a massive rally towards the evening sometime after 7 o'clock today.
Yes, there is going to be a rally and it's going to be a very interesting outing for the Prime Minister. It's raining heavily. One BJP leader was joking that this is good omen when it rains before an event, but definitely the BJP has a very uphill task in Telangana. We have seen in the last 2-3 days there have been a lot of friction between the TRS and the BJP in terms of a hoarding war on the streets. The Chief Minister not going to the airport to receive the Prime Minister, kind of BJP complained that that's a breach of the protocol. So the battle lines are drawn. The BJP may be fighting against the TRS, may not be as strong in the assembly as the Congress party, but what the BJP is now trying to project, and perhaps Mr. KCR, the head of TRS, is also doing, eventually by endorsing this battle or joining the battle with the BJP, is that BJP is now well and truly the main challenger of the TRS.
You know, also, Rahul, what's interesting in all of this is the manner in which the BJP once again is using a tried and tested methodology, a strategy that they've used against the Congress about dynastic politics, a stick really to beat the Congress with. They're doing the exact same thing with the TRS.
Yes, I think the BJP is looking for fault lines and pressure points as far as various governments are concerned. Remember, the BJP has done rather well historically since 2014 against wherever there's a Congress as a challenger. But again, the battle against the regional players, the BJP has not really fared very well. And this goes true for left, which is now a marginal player in a state like Kerala. Naveen Patnaik, BJD in Odisha, Mamata Banerjee recently in Bengal, the BJP has not done very well. Or, for example, Kejriwal in Delhi, the BJP has not been able to dent their bastions. And that is why what the BJP has identified, that in most of the regional parties, I have those single leader parties with a very dynastic transition of power. Say, for example, Akhilesh Yadav and Mulayam Singh Yadav, Samajwadi Party, that exactly the same problem, say, for example, today in Telangana with KCR, his son KTR and his daughter Kavita being the three gateways as far as the power and politics in Telangana is concerned. And the BJP knows that creates resentment not just among the MLAs and MPs, but it also impacts decision making, political and policy decision making. Say, for example, in Mamata Banerjee's party, they are targeting the nephew. The BJP has realized that dynastic politics is one element through which they can start targeting the regional players, which till now have been very difficult opponents to beat.
Well, absolutely. Very interesting, Rahul. Be with us. I'll just come back to you for more on that.